Hey yo, what's up guys? My name is Parchi or Parcheesy. You can call me either, and welcome to the second episode of Chakra's Chirps. Let's get started. Before we get started, I would like to say a reminder that I do have a social media. I do have a Twitter, an Instagram, and you can always subscribe and hit that notification bell. All the links to my social medias will be in the description below. Now, this video is going to be slightly longer than most of my videos, but I am going to make it as short as possible, but I want to explain my first time ever fursuiting and at my very first furry convention this past weekend. I went to a local convention called Gateway Furry, or GFM for short. It's a very small convention, but it's a very cozy convention at that. When I first walked through the doors, nothing prepared me for the amount of fun and excitement I experienced. Now, before becoming a furry, I was also a cosplayer that cosplayed a lot of anime and video game characters, like Saber from Fate Stay Night or Urza from Fairy Tail. I've been to a few anime conventions, I've been to Comic-Con and Ren Fair, but nothing prepared me for the amount of overwhelming excitement and the amount of furries I've seen at one place before. Now, I've never been to a fur meet. I'm a newbie furry when it comes to going out in public. I've been a furry for about a year, so the amount of excitement I wished I'd with was very overwhelming. So how we came about going to the convention, it was about a half-hour drive, and there I already was going to meet up with a friend named Tilde I met through Twitter, and we just started talking, and she's a really cool person. I'll actually mention her later in this video. But anyways, and my friend Koko, who runs Mama's Cheesecakes with her mom, please check them out. I'll link to her Twitter and their Twitters down below. That way you can follow them and see what awesome things they do. Anyways, so after that, so we drove to the DoubleTree where it's held at, and not even like a few steps out of the car, people are already passing by because we just missed the fursuit parade. And they're like, oh man, you've missed the fursuit parade. People are already saying hi to us, and we didn't even like do anything. It was just awesome because people are usually not this friendly at anime conventions. They're usually like looking at you like, at least from my experiences. I mean, they're friendly, but not as friendly as a furry fandom or furries in general. And it was already first impression be like, okay, this is my jam. So we went to go get our badges, but the printer machine wasn't working, so they're like, okay, the whole convention's free for now until we can get this thing up and running. So Damsel and I went to go to the artist alley. We saw Coco. I commissioned a badge from her and spent half my money there. Not even there. And so we walked around the artist alley. The artist alley is small. It is small. It's a small convention, so don't expect too much. But it was a good like size, at least enough where you can have a selection. So it wasn't too bad. And so we walked out of the artist alley and we went to a panel. And then so I called Tilde, and so we met up. This is where the actual like story comes in. Tilde and I, we've been talking for a while, and she won one of my art raffles for free badge, so I had to give that to her. So first thing, she's like, okay, I'm up on the 9th floor of the hotel. I'm like, okay, so we went up the elevator, and I see this pink and purple dragon cat in the fursuit. I'm like, wait, that's not her fursuit, but it was one of her friends, and her friend was letting her borrow it for the dance competition, and she's like, oh my gosh, hi! So we hugged, and she's like, do you want to see my dance routine? I'm like, sure, why not? So watching this dance routine was making me so excited. Overall, the fact that I'm actually meeting a friend, I'm actually seeing her in person, and so she takes off her head, and we go to her room, and she turns to me, and she's like, do you want to wear Tilde soon? I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. And she goes, okay, I'll be down in a minute, and we can go back up to our room and get you dressed in Tilde. she had a mini partial of her persona, and she wasn't wearing it. So we went down to the artist alley, we met up with her, and we went back up to the room, left my boyfriend at an auction or something. So I hung out with her and her friends, Nash and Akia? I'm sorry, if I butchered the name. And her fiance, Pistachio. So we were all just hanging out, and the whole time, I've never really hung out at a convention like this before. I mean, I have, but I really haven't. Like, in a hotel room, just overall, like, I felt a little awkward because I'm socially awkward. I guess it's normal in the fandom. But, I mean, the whole experience was amazing. Like, everyone was so sweet. I felt like I was actually fitting in. And it's something that I always had, I guess. I don't know. But Tilde was so nice. I actually gave her and Koko, like, 2 badges that I made. Not badges, like, buttons I made with my button maker of How to Train Your Dragon, Light Fury, and Toothless. Shameless advertising. It's in my Etsy shop if they're $2 each or $4 for the bundle if you are interested. Links in the description below. But anyways, it was overall, like, awesome. So we put on Tilde, and oh wow, putting on a fursuit, it's really hot, like very hot, but it was very comfortable at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, your senses are dumbed down, like you can't hear as much. Your eyesight is like cut off half the time, but the vision was actually really good. Like, the whole eye was meshed, not just one part. So it was overall pretty nice, but the ventilation was a little bad, so I had to hold out the mouth gently for when I was trying to breathe. But I mean, she guided me downstairs, and we were waiting for her for a concert that her friend was in. And during that time, she allowed me to hold the burrito, which was actually a pillow. I didn't know until like halfway through that it wasn't a fake burrito. So I interacted with a whole bunch of fursuiters. People were asking for pictures. I was talking to other people. It was just overall a good experience. And people thought I was actually her. I'm like, no, I'm not her. I'm her friend. She's letting me borrow it. And she was being my fursuit handler for the time being because we couldn't find Damsel until later. So I was so excited, and it was overall like, sorry, that was my hat. I was overall like very excited, very ecstatic. It was an experience I will always remember, and I want to thank Tilde. It's Tilde, okay. I really want to thank Tilde so much for the awesome experience, and I want to thank Koko as well for pushing me to go or just suggesting it. You two have made a good influence on my very first convention, and I want to thank Damsel for really making it more special for the two of us, and everyone I met at Gateway Furry. You guys are just awesome. I'm going to go next year and hopefully get a booth, and do my little story. I'm still working on it, but yeah, my very first convention was awesome. I really enjoyed the experience overall, and makes me really want to go to other furry conventions, but you know, college and money kind of limit me on that. So thanks guys for listening. I highly appreciate you. Give this video a like and follow my friends on Twitter or Instagram. Either one works. So thanks guys, and stay wild.
We can make a wildfire getaway.